We have Gracie. We are going to be doing Gracie's sit stays and down stays in this video. Now I have this carpet right here. I'm going to start off with a sit stay on just because the hard floors, they tend to slip and slide, so I want to set her up for the best success and put her on that carpet. So I'm going to call her over to me. Gracie, sit, stay, put her right into that sit stay. And I don't want her to move from that structured sit stay until I give her that release word. And I'm actually going to bring you a little closer so you can see her a little better. There we go. Gracie, stay. So when I tell her stay, I want that flat open hand. Stay, just like that. Good girl. Stay. Sometimes they do like to lay down, but I don't want her to do that. I want her to sit and stay there until I give her that release word. Then I can walk all around the room. Good girl. Giving her those positive marker words. Good girl. Yes. Good puppy. Things like that. They're all very positive. I want her to have a positive experience during these stays to set her up for the best success. Good. And she did have an itch, so I don't want to give her too much of a correction for that because it was an itch. I don't really mind that. It wasn't her fault. Good girl. Good girl, Gracie. She's doing very well with her stays. She holds them nicely. Good girl. I'm going to go up and pet her nice and calmly. Good. Nice and calm. Stay. And give her that release word. Okay. Good girl. Good. Oh, you dropped. Here. Good girl. Lots of praise. Tell her she's a good girl. That was good. That was a very good girl, Gracie. I'm going to do one more. Sit. Stay. And I don't give any treats during this command because I want her to work for them. I just put her right into that sit and then tell her stay with that flat open hand. Good girl. I want her to stay there nicely. Now the stays are very structured. I want her to stay in that position. So the sit stay, I want her to stay in that sit. In the down stay, I want her to stay in the down. If she were to pop into that down, I would correct her and just gently pop her back up into that sit and tell her stay again. Just like in the down stay, if she were to sit up, I'd pop her right back into that down stay. Now I can do different things. I can make distractions for her. Stay. So I have keys. I can jingle them around. Good girl. Throw her back up here. Good. Stay. So just like that, she lays down. I'm going to pop her up into that sit. Tell her stay with that flat open hand and walk away. Now I want her to know that she has to stay in the structured sit, whereas if it was like a place command, she could do whatever she wants. I want her to know that the stay means to stay in that spot. So I'm going to give her a little bit longer, and then I'll go up and praise her, and then I'll give her that release word. Now you can go up and praise during this command and then walk away for a good period of time. So I'm going to go up, praise her, tell her she's a good girl, Gracie. Stay. Remind her, stay. And then walk away. Breaking eye contact. Not always having her eye contact really helps because she kind of has to look at other things. She doesn't have to look at me. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. And you don't always have to praise first for the release word either. I can give the release word whenever. I like to give it closer rather than further away because I want her to not build that anticipation up. I'm going to put her in that down. Sit. No, you're good. Gracie. Hey, good girl. Sit. Wait it out. I'm going to wait for, there we go. Okay. Good. Down. Wait her out. We have been doing just that down from the stand, no lure to the ground. I'm going to wait her out. She hears other things going around, but I want her to focus on me. Gracie. Down. I'm going to bend a little bit further to the ground. Good girl. Now I'm going to give her a treat for that. Good girl. And we're going to do just one more down before I put her in that down. Come here. Wait until she's finished chewing. Gracie, come. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Now I don't have to give her the down stay over here. I'm just going to give it to her right here. Sit. Yes. Down. Stay. Stay. Reminding her she's in that stay with a flat open hand. Now she is just popped right into that down from the sit. So she is very likely to pop back up into that sit if she doesn't want to stay down, but I'm hoping she'll stay down throughout this down stay. So I'm actually going to go out of sight into this room, take a step in here, and then come back out. Good girl. Good girl, Gracie. She's staying there nicely. Put her head down. Stay. There you go. You can see she just rolled over into that more of a down position rather than the legs kind of out to the side. They're all out to one side. Good girl. Stay. Now this one's challenging for them. I'm going to actually walk behind her. Stay. Hope she doesn't sit up. So she did. Down. Over on the side. Stay. And then we're going to do that again. Just repeat it. So I'm going to walk behind her. Stay. Now I want her to flip her head over to the other side. Just like that. Good girl. I'm actually going to go up and praise reward that. Good girl. Good. Stay. Good girl, Gracie. Now I understand when they want to pop up like that when I walk behind them, just because it's something that they naturally want to do. They want to follow you with their eyes. So it's kind of breaking that habit in a way, which is nice to do. Stay. Going into this room out of sight. Coming back out. Good girl. And I'm going to walk up and just give her that release word. Okay. Good girl. Good girl, Gracie. That's a very good girl. That's very good. Give her some rub downs. Tell her she's a good girl. Now, right now, we're just going to do a couple sits and downs. Then we'll do one more down stay. Sit. Yes. Down. Good girl. That was a little bit of anticipation, but I still want to reward that. Come here. Gracie, down. Good. Sit. Yes. Make sure you can see her. All right. I'm going to call over to me again. Gracie, down. Stay. Stay. I'm going to open this door. Stay. And come back in. Stay. Make sure she doesn't come up from that. I'm going to fix my mic quick. Stay. So she popped back up. She wants to see where I'm going. I'm going to pop her right back into that down. Stay. In the same position she was facing this way. That way I can walk that way again and kind of test her limits. Stay. That way she knows. Now she's swiveling. Now normally I don't really like that, but I'm going to let that slide just because she is very young. Even though she's staying down, Generally, you don't want them to swivel around to see you, but this is okay in these early stages as they're still learning the stays. Stay. I'm going to come over here, have a seat in a chair. Good girl. Stay. Tell her, pop her back down, stay. Good girl. So I'm actually just squatting down over here, as I think I did it off camera, but I'm kind of just squatting down, and not giving her that release word. Stay. So squatting down, sometimes they think it is a release word, but it's not always the release word when you squat down. Good girl. So she doesn't get released until I say that release word, which I will say in a couple seconds. I'm going to kind of let her wait this out, grab some treats over here. Stay. Walk into this room again. And then I'll come back out and I'll give her that release word. Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to bend down. I'm going to have her get up. Come on. Good. And then I'm going to give her those treats when she's up. Good girl. Good girl, Gracie. Good. And we always like to end on a very positive note. That was positive, but we're going to do her strongest command, which are her sits and downs. So I have some treats. We're going to do those quick. Here. Sit. Yes. When she's finished chewing. Sit. Yes. No. Good. Down. Down. Up. Yes. All the way. Up. Do this on camera. Down. Good. Good girl. Gracie, down. Yes. And one more down. Gracie, down. Yes. Good girl. Good. And then we always like to end on lots of praise, lots of fun. Good girl. Make sure they know they were a good girl. Gracie loves her training sessions, so I always like to end on nice snuggles, maybe a bath or something. Fun, get them socialized. They love their bath times. Good girl. Good girl. As you can see, the snow plow out there is snowing. Good girl, Gracie. Good girl. She loves snuggling. She's very praise-driven, not just food-driven. She's also very praise-driven. So giving her lots of attention makes her very happy.